Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be taking a look at my Battle for Neighborville tier list for all plant characters. Now, just a couple of things about my tier list that are worthy of note. First off, I'm going to be including the legendary upgrades as separate entries, but these are in a different colour so it's not confusing. Secondly, I am classing Acorn and Oak as one character. And thirdly, I have decided to include Wildflower, however we're not 100% sure that the Swarm characters are here to stay yet. Also, this is the first tier list I have ever created, but I'm going to do the standard disclaimer. Like any tier list, this tier list is based on my opinions and personal experiences. Nothing is right or wrong, so you are more than welcome to disagree with some of my rankings. I'm a strong believer of respecting other people's opinions, so you are more than welcome to share your thoughts and tier lists in the comments below. Finally, if you would like to create your own BFN tier list using my template, there is a link in the description. As usual, just before we begin, remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoy the content on this channel and want to help it grow. Anyway, let's get started. Right then, let's kick off with the awful category. So this is the category for any character that completely sucks, and as you can see at the moment, I actually haven't put any in there. Now you might be thinking, well, Red, why have you bothered including this? Well, I wanted to include it just to sort of show that I feel at the moment all the characters are in a good place. You know, they're at least playable. There's none that make me go... There's no character that I think is pointless playing. I know there was a stage where I probably would have classed Chomper in that stage, but then Chomper went from like 0 to hero, and now he's kind of come back down. So yeah, I think we're in a good place when it comes to, you know, at least the characters I feel like are playable. They're not completely, you know, awful and terrible. So yeah, that's just that category, and I just think it's an interesting one to have included. I also haven't done my zombie one yet, so there might be some in there. We will wait and see. So yeah, so that's awful. Now let's move on to okay. So these are sort of the characters that I think that I'd say I don't necessarily play, but I think it's because they're not particularly good. You know, they're all right. They do the job, but they're not particularly, I'd say, like fun to play. You know, this also comes down to sort of like my own experiences with them. So yeah, so Korn, as you can tell, I've also included the legendary upgrades, but Korn himself as a regular Korn is okay. He's just kind of like Foot Soldier, but not as good. His fire rate, you know, is a little bit more inaccurate and those types of things. But like as well, his abilities aren't particularly great. Like, you know, they're good, they do the job, but they don't particularly make me like really want to play him. And I think he's just okay. I wouldn't choose him particularly if I had a choice of them. But yeah, but that being said, when we come to Shogun Guard, you know, I feel like that's a bit different. But yeah, an original Korn, I think sort of the damage and sort of stuff he does, he's just okay. You know, he's nothing special. He just, you know, he's just Korn. He's a cereal grain. You know, that's all he can be. So yeah, so that's Korn. And then Rose, normal Rose as well. Again, okay. And I think the reason why both of these have kind of gone into this category is kind of because both of their legendary upgrades are so much better than the original, in my opinion. You know, than their original, like, primaries and stuff. I don't know why you'd want to play these when their legendary upgrades are available. And that's how I kind of feel at this. Rose, actually, I was playing a bit of Rose, and I was trying to, you know, get a better idea of, like, where to put these characters. And yes, original Rose didn't do too badly, actually. She does, you know, her fire rate, and if you have the upgrade that allows her to increase the speed of her magic thistles, she actually didn't do too bad a job. She was actually pretty good against Space Cadet in the space station. So yeah, but again, she's okay. I mean, I struggle to put her in a, like, you know, like support. Sunflower, you know what to do with Sunflower. You know, you got to heal and stuff. But with Rose, I'm never 100% sure how to play her. And again, her primary is just weak compared to a lot of other characters. And yeah, I think just as overall, she doesn't really play. I don't feel like I can have any particular strategy with it. I don't think Gotify does enough. I don't know. But like, for me, she's just meh. She's a bit meh, you know, a bit meh. So yeah, that's the okay characters. The characters that I wouldn't choose if I was given a choice, but you know, they're all right. They're all right. So yeah, moving on to the good category, and we have two characters in here. We have Chomsky, And we have Rose's legendary upgrade, Thorn Apart. And I'll start with Thorn Apart because we just talked about Rose. And of course, I think there's no point in not using Thorn Apart with Rose. I think the advantage of having these orbs that come back at every, you know, once in a while that do a hell of a lot of damage. I feel like compared to a normal primary, like, why would you not use this? I know it takes up 5 perk points, but I feel like, you know, it gives Rose such an extra, you know, extra bit of oomph, you know, to really, like, be able to be a little bit more offensive. Yes, she's still a support character, but, you know, she can actually be a bit more offensive, and, you know, you can sort of defend yourself a bit more. Yeah, I kind of wish it didn't cost 5 because there's some other, you know, I don't think you can actually use the Magic Thistles upgrade, so that is the one disadvantage, but I think overall it kind of just pushes Rose into the another category up because she just has more utility and just does a bit more damage. So yeah, so that's why I think she's there. Next we have Chomsky. Now I know a lot of people are like, why have you put Chomsky in just good? And part of this is because I suck with Chomp. That is one of the reasons. Like I say, like, tier lists come down to personal preference as much as, you know, what everybody thinks, which is almost impossible to get. You know, everybody's going to have a different opinion on this. But for me, Chomsky, he has had a, you know, we had that one stage where he was ridiculous. Grody Goop was just like, it was like just throwing acid on everyone, which it kind of is. But yeah, it was just, you know, mad. It has been toned down a little bit again. It still does a lot of damage, but I mean, for me, I've always struggled to play as Chomper because it's just because of the chomping time. You know, you chomp somebody and then you gotta wait, and like I always die in that in that moment. So partly of this is me being rubbish with chomping. I did try to get better because you've got to try and use Burrow to like get off the stragglers, and then you use your other abilities. So yeah, and I also think with Chomper, what sort of stopped him in the other category is his long ranged attack. Yes, I know it's not really supposed to be good in a sense because he's supposed to be like a melee character, but yeah, I think like it's really sort of difficult to use because there's sort of like a delay from when you shoot and when you get somebody. So yeah, there's kind of a weird delay with Chomper that I'm not overly fussed about, but yeah, and I haven't, Chomper's probably my least played character, so that's kind of why I would put him in here. He is good, you know, I think he's improved considerably. Maybe he should be a little bit higher, but I think from the start, you know, he was really bad. But, you know, and now I think he at least holds his own with the other characters, but I think there's other characters that do things much better, and I think that's why he's not further up for me. So next we are going on to Solid. So these are the characters who I feel are really well done at the moment. You know, I don't have any issues with them. They're not particularly OP. They do their job well, and you know, they're solid. The characters are built well, and I think, you know, they're in a good place. Don't touch them again, Popcap. Leave them where they are. They're nice. So Cactus, let's start with Cactus. I know I'm starting in the middle. I don't know why. We'll start with Cactus, and Cactus for me has always been in this category. I've never really had an issue with Cactus. Yes, at the start, because obviously the snipers are different to Garden Warfare 2. I was like, oh, I don't feel like this. But it kind of grew on me, and I kind of like the whole, you know, charging mechanic. It does make it a little bit more tactical than like how you choose your shots and stuff. But yeah, I've never really had an issue with Cactus. He kind of came out of Garden Warfare 2 and was a good combination of the Bandit Cactus and, you know, just the regular Cactus. The only thing I don't really like about Cactus is his whirly ability. Not the fact that it's not useful, but it just doesn't look right, and I feel it's hard to use. Like, you don't fly in the air for long, and like, it's just, I just find the ability difficult to use. But yeah, in terms of the character overall, he's just a well-rounded sniper. Like, his abilities aren't particular. Oh, Cactus is a girl. Yes. No. Cactus is a plant. Okay. But yeah, I think overall as a character, like, it's just solid. You know, you want a sniper? There you go. Sniper for you. Cactus sniper. So yeah, there's no particular abilities that particularly like impressive. The garlic drone isn't as good as Garden Warfare 2's, but this isn't about Garden Warfare 2. So yeah, I don't like the garlic drone is a little bit hit or miss, but it's good. It's good. I feel like overall, you know, I have no qualms with Cactus. That damage is fine. All those types of things. No issues there. Citron again. Citron, I think Citron's one of the best characters in the game, to be honest. I think if you get the tactics and strategies with Citron, you know, if you know them, if they're down, if you want to, check out my video. But yeah, I think if you got those down, Citron is a really solid character. Yes, his shield is very powerful, but I think because it stops him from attacking, I feel like it's not too bad. You know, he's a tank. He's supposed to defend the team, and I think he really does that role well. And yeah, I've not got really much to say about Citron. You know, he's just really good. You know, if I'm going, oh gosh, we're losing, quick, we need some backup, go to Citron, and I'm like, yeah, bring it. And so Citron's a really interesting one. Has loads of like really interesting little, you know, abilities that it has, you know, like the EM Peach, you know, can drain the imps. You know, he has these sort of utility weapons which are really quite interesting for me. And yeah, he's a really good character to play, especially, you know, I know when to use him. I feel like he's been put in his, you know, box very well, in his tanky defendy box very well. Then finally is Colonel Corn Shogun Guard, which similar to Rose is basically, I feel like the legendary upgrade is an upgrade. You know, it's an upgrade from the regular Corn. I think him shooting dual fire weapons that are slower but do more damage is really good, and you also get a shield, you know, which gives you that extra bit of protection. I don't think there's any reason why you wouldn't want to use Show Guard, but there are some good upgrades with normal Corn, like the Speedy Cob. Like, I think, you know, if you get 2 vanquishes in a row, like, it speeds up each time. I like that one. But I think, as a whole, I think this one's, like, solid. It's not OP. You know, it's just a good weapon. You feel like if you get vanquished by a Colonel Corn Shogun Guard, that it's kind of feels fair. I don't feel like, oh my god, he does so much damage or anything like that. So, yeah. Again, another really good one that I would just choose, you know, if I'm in a tricky situation, go, oh, I'm having a terrible game, I'll go to Shogun Guard and feel like, you know, at least I've got this under control kind of thing. So yeah, so that's Colonel Corn. Then we go on to the, I guess, the most interesting category I've got, which is the annoying category. And this isn't to say that these characters are OP, because that's what the next category up is for. But these characters are good, but because they're good, they're annoying, if you get what I mean. They're good characters, but because of some of their abilities, they're annoying. I don't need to say much about Pea Shooter. Let's be honest, we know it's Pogo P. We know it's launching the Chili Bean Bomb from afar and getting vanquishes. You know, we know Pea Shooter is a good character. He's always been a good character. He has been a little bit OP. I'm glad they toned down the homing P. I think that was good. They made the upgrade cost more, and I think it's not as effective now. So I think that was a good change. But overall, he is annoying. You have so many people playing, just boinging around like little bunny rabbits. And yeah, he's just, you know, he's a good character, but playing against a good Pea Shooter or a bouncy Pea Shooter is, oh, it's infuriating. So yeah, I don't play that much of Pea Shooter, but when I do, you've just got to boing. You got to boing, so it's too hard to not boing. So yeah, annoying but good. Nightcap, a very similar thing. If you come across a good I feel like Nightcap does require somewhat of skill to play with the strafing and stuff. You know, I feel like somebody who's only started with Nightcap isn't particularly a threat. I don't think, you know, a starty offy Nightcap's good. I don't feel like the character makes somebody good straight away. But once you get the hang of it, of the strafing and the speed, Nightcap is an absolute pain. She is so annoying, but she's good. She does a job. You know, that's what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be sneaky, get in your face, get in, get out, and cause havoc. And I think she does that really, really well. But too well. God damn it, Nightcap. Stop being so annoyingly good. And then finally we have Snappers. And I didn't want to put Snappers in annoying because I really like Snappers. Because I call him Snappers. But he is annoying. He is coming when you see a Snapdragon, you're like, oh my god, get out of there, run. So yeah, he's annoying. I think the main reason why he's annoying is because his flame blower has so much range. Like, I think it probably still has too much range. It does really help when you're playing as Snapdragon to have that range, but oh my god, he can pump out so much damage, especially like if you go against like a Z-Mech. Snappers can go to town. Like, he can take one out so fast. It's ridiculous. So yeah, he's so good at, you know, he's so good at his job. You don't want to come across a Snapdragon really And yeah, he can get annoying though, because he can take you down super fast. So yeah, so that's the annoying character category. They're really good, but they're a pain, and I don't know what to do about that. Is it just because they're just good at their role and they're difficult to sort out, you know, to deal with, or are they a little bit OP actually? But I wanted to put these in annoying. And then finally, we've come to the OP/broken category. And like, some of these aren't like majorly broken, but I still wanted to put them in here. So first of all, Sunflower. Oh my god, Sunflower. What are you doing, Sunflower? You crazy. Sunflower is crazy. At the start, we had the problem with Sunflower healing too much. Yes, she does still heal a lot, but like, her healing rate was crazy at the start, but they did tone that down a bit. However, the most broken thing with Sunflower at the moment is the super speedy perks. If you put the super speedy upgrades on Sunflower, she is so powerful. It's ridiculous. She can just escape literally, and she is so fast with those upgrades on. And yes, I kind of half take the blame for this because I created the supersonic Sunflower upgrade video, and yes, I take some responsibility. Perhaps some people have tried it because of me. I'm sorry, but yeah, they really need to sort those upgrades out. They are too powerful, especially. But it is funny. It is funny when you come up against Steam Blaster. Like, Steam Blaster trying to get the super speedy Sunflower is so funny, because she can just, if you hit her with the cloud, she can just run so much faster, even faster than like what scientists can teleport. So yeah, that is funny. But yeah, it is broken. It is OP. They need to sort it out, because I feel like everybody's using that now. And she's very agile. You know, Sunflower is a good character, and she always has been. But she can heal herself. She can overheal. You know, I feel like she's just a generally OP, and parts of it are broken as well. Acorn is more on the OP side rather than broken, I would say. Only because they've recently given Acorn like a buff. Like, Acorn now has 2 dashes. Like, he didn't need that. Like, he was so agile and like crazily get around you. You know, he was so rapid and agile as it was. Like, I don't know why they did that. Why make him even more annoying? So yeah, I think it's kind of the dash, because Acorn is just so small and so fast and does a considerable amount of damage. It's just mad. I feel like he's just so, you know, like, he's really OP with, because you just, unless you've got really good aim, he's very difficult to take care of. And then of course he's got Oak as well. You know, you have an issue. You know, need to get in there, need to do some big damage. Just get on Oak, fire a sap trap, and kapow, they're all gone. You know, and especially, you know, we can also have team up with Acorn as well. So I think Acorn is just generally a really crazily good character, yeah, and who is a bit OP as well. But yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily anything with Acorn is broken per se. I just say I think just a couple of things need toning down again. Get rid of that extra dash. He doesn't need it. Maybe, you know, some little tweaks here and there. But at the moment, I feel like Acorn is a bit OP. And then finally, we have Wildflower. That's right, Wildflower is coming for you. Wildflower is the newest character, and at the moment, not too OP, but more broken, and only because of the drones. I think the drones are the only thing that, well, that and the armor. The armor is very powerful. You get 2 or 3 Wildflowers together. They become very difficult to take out because they have a lot of damage. But yeah, I think the most broken thing is the drones, because they just do a lot of damage. 125 is a lot, and the cooldown time is long, but it's either not long enough or the damage needs sorting out. So I feel like that's probably what they should do, is sort of just turn it down to maybe between 75 and 100. I feel like that would probably be fairer, or just increase the cooldown time. But I feel like people would find that more annoying than just if they did less damage. But yeah, that's my tier list for the plants overall. I realise that I have talked for a very long time, guys. I did not realise this was going to be so long. Hopefully I'm going to cut some of this out. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've never done a tier list before, like on anything, so I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. Obviously, I know my opinions are going to be different to you guys. You know, please share. I would love to hear what you guys would, what you guys think this tier list should be like. And I've also included a link to this tier list. I have built it myself. I did the little backgrounds and stuff. So yeah, if you do want to check it out and you want to create it with my tier list, feel free to do that and send it to me if you want. Maybe we could do like a competition. I don't know. But feel free to share your opinions down below. You know, I'm not gonna judge if you put like a sunflower in awful, you know, that's your opinion. You do what you want. So yeah, I'm just interested to hear. But anyway, guys, that's about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. But other than that, remember to subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye. Bye.